Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy here from Little Nest Crafts. Thank you for joining me today. This video is going to be a little bit different because it's a video to share a kit that I've made, and it's a tag kit, and it gives you 4 different types of, well, not types of tags, but 4 different themes of tags with the ephemera to go on them. So these are the ephemera pieces. So you've got this one, and it's called Beauty, and then you've got, and obviously she's absolutely beautiful, and you've got some roses there with some different pieces of ephemera to decorate it with. And then you've got this one is My Heritage. So you've got slightly different ephemera pieces there. You've got postcards and some bits and bobs to decorate up, and some lace, and a marriage certificate, I think, there, or the cost of a marriage. And then you've got this one, which is a lilac theme called Elegance. So you've got lots of lilac, pinky lilac flowers. You've got a hymn sheet there, some lace, and this lovely, very elegant lady there with some lilacs. And then the last one is, she's beautiful. I think that's probably my second favourite, or it could even be first favourite. You've got some vintage lace here, and some more ephemera. You've got a locket there with an embroidered emblem there. We've got some flowers here. All these are crocheted, so this is more of a sewing crochet theme, because all these flowers are crocheted. And then you've got another receipt there. So I'm going to go away and fussy cut them out, and together we'll make some tags. This kit will be in my Kofi shop later today, and yeah, I do hope that you like it, and if you want to have a go, that you enjoy putting them together. I think you'll see that they do complement any journal. So yeah, I'll catch you later once I've cut everything out. Bye for now. Right everybody, that's all my ephemera cut out, and what I'm doing now is I'm gluing some book page together. I've got an old Reader's Digest book here that was my mum's, and so I'm repurposing it, and I'm gluing 3 pages together just with some stick glue, and I've made 4 there, and I'm just on my last one. I thought I'd do 5, although I've only got four kits. So basically it's just a matter of gluing them down, and I will be making them smaller than this, so I'm not gluing right to the edge. So do forgive me a minute. There's a fly just come in my room. That's one thing living here, because we live on marshland, and there's lots of horses, we get lots of flies coming in, despite having one of these chain things at the door. They still come in, and they're just so annoying. So do forgive me if you can hear it buzzing round. There we go. So I'll just put the lid on my glue. There we are. So let's have a look what we've got. I put that one to one side, seeing as that's the one I've just done. I'll just use my bold folder a minute to smooth all the pages down. Try and get the air bubbles out. There we go. So it's absolutely boiling here today. I think we're in 30-degree heat. But at least it's cooler indoors. I was going to go in the garden. I decided against it because I'll just fry. So what we need to do now is get our ephemera, and I'm going to cut these down a little bit. And I know what I've forgotten to do. I've forgotten to ink. So we'll just pop some ink quickly around these. This one I might cut down yet. I've left the background. But I'll do the bits of ephemera. Because I can fast forward it on the when I'm editing, should I say. Some lovely ephemera in this, and I am partial to flowers, so I try and include a lot in my kits. There we go. And then we've got some little crocheted flowers here. It reminds me of the retreat, because one of the ladies crochets, and she was so kind to put a load on the table and we could all help ourselves. So I did come home with a few, and I had to fish them out because I could use them in this project. But as soon as I've cut these out, I'll use these now. Little key, and I'll just dab that a little bit. There we go. There we are. I don't know whether it's a horsefly that's come in or a big blue bottle. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the sides of this down and make it tag shaped. So I'll bring in my trusty guillotine and pop that over there. And I want these quite large tags, so let's have a look. So that makes makes it 4.5 inches. Let me just make sure it's wide enough for the ephemera. Maybe a little bit, maybe 4 3/4. Okay. And then I've got my, oops, we've got escapees. We've got escapees. They're trying to breed with each other over here. They're trying to pollinate each other. Right, let's have a look. I think I'm going to leave it at that. And then we'll ink round the edge. For now. And that's the back, so I'll leave the back because I might cover the back. And then I'm just going to get some gesso. So I've got some gesso here, and I've got a little stencil, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a stencil in the corners, like so. So here we go. Sorry, I might have gone off the page a little bit, but I can't move it because of losing my space on the stencil. So it's smooth on and scrape off. Excuse my arm. And then what we'll do then is peel that off. And I'll just get my wipe. Oopsie daisy. So I'm going to put that over there to dry, and while it's drying I'll do another one, but I'll do it on pause. Sorry everybody, my phone died. I didn't realise the battery was so low, so I do apologise, because I carried on and I finished one of the tags, and what I've done is I've backed them all. And I finished off all of the stencil work, and so I've done those 3, and then I back 2 with the darker colour, and I back 2 with the lighter colour. So these have got to be inked. And then we can go ahead and decorate them, and I'll show you what I've done on the other one. So these are lovely big tags, loads of writing space, and I think I'm going to alter those to, or maybe not, because probably not, because I've already stenciled with the texture paste on the back. So just get a little bit of shadow into this. So these can actually be glued down up to a page, or they can be freestanding, and I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. So what I've done is I've put the backing piece in, and I've just decorated it with the crocheted florals. Put my heritage there, there's a key, and there's a little side pocket here, and I've put that little postcard in there, and this lovely lady, and then in the back I've just used the card there. I didn't cut round the lace in the end, and I just put a thingy on the back, a label, and then all that I'm going to do now is, I thought I might just stencil. Now I should have done the stenciling really before I did the pocket, but it doesn't matter, because we can do it sort of though it fades. There we go. Draw it down there a little bit. There we go. There we are. Just finishes it off a little bit. And if I can get my corner rounder in there, I'll round that little corner as well. Oopsie daisy. Not that one. There we go. And then we'll put that card back in there, and then I'm going to put some ribbon at the top. So that's the first one done. So I'll pop that to one side, and we'll continue to do the others. So I'll take this base here, and like I did with the others, we'll just ink around the edge. A bit around there. And we'll use the stencil again, and I'll use a different one this time. We'll pop that on there. Just do down the side. There we go. And then on this one, if I turn it over, we've got a similar card, but this is a receipt, and 1879 receipt, And we've got a lovely lady here. So I didn't know whether to curl. We'll curl this. No, we'll curl the other one in, like we did on the other one. So I'm just going to get my little pokey tool and roll that like so, and then we'll give it a bit of ink just to age it a little bit, and then I'm going to just pop a bit of glue behind. Oops, my 3-in-1's about to run out, I think. So we'll just hold that down a second. I quite like to roll the corners because it shows off the stenciling underneath with the texture paste. And then all I'm going to do is just go lightly over the texture paste to give it a bit of colour. And I'm going to do it with the pink and the brown. A bit of a mix. And there we go. And then what we've got is we've got this lovely lady. So we'll glue this one down. And I'm going to put that one straight, I think. And I'll just ink the edges a little bit. So we'll glue this down. There we are. And then we'll pop her down there. Oh dear. The glue's dribbled. But not to worry. There we go. And just wondering whether to put that at an angle. No, not with the oval, but I will drop it a little bit. So we'll ink round the edge. And I will make a little side pocket. So I'm going to go along this edge. And it's puddling out. So I'm just going to pop the lid on a second. And what I did for the one I've done previously, I've made a little medallion with that little charm, and I've put some glossy accents on it, and I'm going to hang it on something there when you know, with a bulb clip on the ribbon, so I'm waiting for that to dry properly. So now then, I'm just going to smooth this down to stop it puddling out and making a mess everywhere. Now what we got? We've got a card that can go in there, and I can put some embellishments on that in a minute. We can put something on the back, and then on this one we've got some Victoriana clock, or I've got a wheelbarrow. Quite like the clock actually. We've got a book here which we could tuck in front of the clock. If I do that, and then we've got that, and drop the clock down a little bit. And we've got a little padlock as well, so we could put the padlock somewhere. In fact, that could go on a bulb clip, and I can put some glossy accents on that as well. So what have we got here? No, let's have a look. I would like to get a floral in. No, I'm not convinced yet. Let's have a look what we got. That's to go on the back. I quite liked it, how I had it before. Maybe have the smaller rose there. And we've got a key. Yeah, let's glue that down. I like that arrangement for now. Just take that up a little bit. There we go. Straighten up there. My little rose. There we go. And then we could have either that label or that one. Yep, I like that. I know it's on the other one as well, but not to worry, because they won't be going in the same journal. So that's that. And then we've got this little postcard. So I have got some more roses. So let's just pop that over there. And see if I've got another little rose. Sorry everybody, I'm just trying to find something a bit smaller to go in that corner. Oh, what's that? Yeah, I can cut some of those leaves off there. Just go around this smaller one. But we won't waste those. Let's have a look. Yeah. And yep. Sorry everybody, my glue's running out now. Try not to squeeze it too much to make it explode. There we go. Oh dear. All over my brush. Oh dear. Right. And all over me. So pop that to dry there. And then we've got the other side to do now. I'm just wondering what we can do on the back. So this little card will go in there. that popping out that corner, like so. And then here we've got this card, lace card, so we could put our wheelbarrow on there and maybe have a bit of tulle underneath it. So let's have a look. So that's that, and then we could have a little label at the top or at the side. There we go. And then we'll make a little tuck spot for it. Let's have a look, see if I've got anything in here. No. I'll just leave that as is for a minute. I'll just leave it as is. I'm just wondering if... No, it's too big to go in that one. So it's definitely going to go in the back. And we'll make a little pocket to go on the back of there. So that's number 2 done. And I think it needs a little label or a flower or something up the top there. It's a bit big. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll pop that down up there. So that it's half poking off. There we are. So that's number 2. I found this in my stash, and I think it looks lovely with that, so I'm going to use that as a tuck spot on the back. There we go. So that can go in there. There we are. So that is number 2 finished, apart from the ribbon at the top. So we'll start on number 3. And this is our lovely lady. Who's in lilac. And I think I'm going to do that slightly differently this time. I'll come down with the music page. So let me just catch that gloopy bit there, and so it's not going all over my desk. And I said I was coming down a bit with this one, didn't I? So that's that one. And then I'm going to I'm still going to roll that same edge over there. And we'll So we'll do that, and then this can go in here. And then we've got a ticket there. Look, that's for the back, and then I did have these lovely nickel violets or something there. Now then, let's have a look. There's even that one. Ooh. Trying to think. I could put that basket on there. I've got some tulle that can go in there, and save those, I think. Put that there with that one. I'll just bring it over a little bit with the tool. There we go. And then could I slip that underneath there? Yep. Okay, and then we've got this to go on the back, so I'll put, oh, but before I do that, should I put that up there? Yeah. That just brings out the green, and these spiky flowers are similar to the ones that she's got in her hat, and the lilac, and then they could do with a little numbered label or something, so that's going to have to come out my stash, I think. Let's have a look, see if I've got just a little something that will go down the bottom there. Yeah, that'll do. There we are. So now let's do this little card here, and I can put some little flowers at the top like that. And there we are. So we need the same bit of something on the back of there as well. Or can we get two in? Could have done a little flip, but it's a shame to hide her face, isn't it? Unless you did something like that. No, I think we could have it as a tuck spot, couldn't we? Put a nice postcard in. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I do like my tuck spots. And look what I've done, I've made it into a side tuck. But no worries. I can rub that off actually. I can rub it off because it's Beacon 3-in-1, and it does rub off. There we are. There we are. Just put a little bit down there. There we are. So we've got a lovely side tuck there. So that's number 3. And I'm going to do the other one off camera, I think, because it's the same format for all 3, and I'll come back when it's finished. Welcome back everybody. They're all finished now, apart from I need to put eyelets in them and some ribbon, but I'm not going to do that because it depends on the journal that I put them in as to colour scheme, etc. So I'll leave those for a later date, but I'll just whiz you through them. This is the first one, My Heritage. This is the one that's got the crocheted flowers on there and there. We've got a little side pocket there, And then over the back I've done some stenciling. We've got a label and I've put in, I think these are from Artie Mays, the ladies, and we've got some lace and a flower tuck spot there. So that's the first one, if you can see. And then the second one, we've got Our Lady in lilac, and same again. We've got oops a daisy, get my fingers in, got a postcard there, and some sentiments here, and some flower clusters there, leaves, and it's rolled at the top there. And then at the back I've got a flower basket with some lovely little lilacs there, and another Artie Mays lady in the back. So it's ladies all round today. And then we've got this one, same again, little postcard in there, little cluster down here. We've stenciled on the back with texture paste, and you've got a ledger, some fussy cut flowers, nice little tuck spot at the back with labels, another lady, and some more stenciling, and a little tag, little card that's got some tulle on that one. And then I think this is my favourite, because I think she's absolutely stunning, and she is a real beauty, not unlike our Princess Kate. So yeah, we've got same again, music page, it's on a book page tag, cluster of flowers and some ephemera. Oh, and then where did my lady go from the back? Have I put two in one? That one's there. Oh, there we go. Here she is. So we made a little card here, and that's, I did the number cards 6 minus 4 equals, and I put the answer around the corner. Just made a little cluster at the back there. There's a fussy cut tucked in my pocket, which is a little envelope with a ribbon, and that's going to sit in the little tuck spot at the back. So I do hope that you like those 4 tags, a bit long-winded, but I quite like how they've turned out. And I have actually done some fussy cuts here, but when I put the ribbon in, I might put these hanging, you know, down with the ribbon on a bulb clip. So there's a little padlock. He's got a bit of a bubble in there, which I ought to pop really before he sets. And then we've got 2 pendants. I never noticed that. There we go. So we'll leave those till tomorrow to dry, and then I'll add them to where I'm going to be putting the ribbons. So I hope that you've enjoyed that, everybody. Thank you for patiently watching, if you've seen me through to the end, and hope that you'll like and subscribe and join me for my next content, which I'm going to be doing some more ephemera for my sewing themed journal for Rachel and Bella Crafts. So until then, take care, and I'll say bye for now. Bye.